Hi, my name's Ben. I'm the local Nokia representative here in the DC Baltimore territory for at&t products, and this is my tutorial for the new Nokia 6650 for at&t. Enjoy. So first I'd like to talk about the 6650. At first glance might look to you like a metal 6555 with a GPS key built in. However, I'm going to tell you why it's a lot more than that. It's a Symbian S60 device, which makes it a very full-featured smartphone device. S60 is the same operating system used in a lot of our Nokia's N-series devices, including N95, N96, so on and so forth. But first, before we talk about S60, let's talk about some of the personalization capabilities here in the Nokia 6650. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you, you might have noticed my wallpaper just changed a minute ago. Let's look at how to set up a slideshow wallpaper here on the device. So I'm going to select this personalization icon right here, right on the home screen, and I'm just going to scroll down here to wallpaper. Out of the box it'll be set here to default. I'm just going to go ahead and select slideshow, click on images, and here's where I can select what images I want to use for my slideshow. So I'll just select a folder using my center selection key. I'll go ahead and mark all. Using the pound key, I can select and deselect. As you can see, it'll check and uncheck that. And finally, I'll just hit my center selection key again to select my marked items. It's going to take a second and load those up into the memory, and those will be the pictures I have selected for my wallpaper. Now I select the change interval. I have it set to 1 minute. I can change it to 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, or 1 day. I'll leave it at 1 minute so we can see the change occur as we go. You also might have noticed I have my idle screen mode set to a vertical icon bar. Out of the box it'll be default to a horizontal icon bar. I like the vertical icon bar because I find it takes up less room on the screen and leaves more room for my personalization of my shortcuts. So as you can see right here, all I would do is just right arrow over to expand the menu, left arrow over to shrink it. As a close-up, right to expand, left to shrink. There's my personalization icon, I got my calendar icon, and finally my shortcuts icon. And again, I can personalize and customize which applications or web addresses I want to be accessible here from my shortcuts menu. So I'll just go ahead and shrink that up. And one more cool personalization feature, let's go ahead and select the personalization icon again and bring up our keypad lights. As you can see here, we can select keypad light color, and there's a list of colors we can sort through. So right now we have it set to red. Cycle down, there's blue, green, yellow, white, which will be the default color out of the box. There's purple, and finally teal. I'll just go ahead and select that one. So now that I've selected my default color, you can also select a secondary color as your notification light for incoming calls, text messages, or other alerts. Or you can leave it to set through cycle all colors. So all in all, a lot of cool personalization features that you can add to the 6650 to make it your own. Now let's talk a little bit about the Symbian S60 operating system that's built into the device. At first glance you can see you have, of course, your N key, your send key, GPS, and right here is your main applications menu icon. If you touch it once, it takes you right into your main menu. So as you can see here, I have this little circular icon next to my MediaNet that's showing me that that application is currently running in the background. Another way I can see that is by pressing and holding this applications icon for a second. I'm pressing and holding, and now I have a task manager up showing me I have my music player open, my web browser, and of course my menu and my idle screen. Those two will always be there. Let me go ahead and jump over to my MediaNet session. As you can see right here, I'm on CNN.com. The web browser is one of the coolest features of the S60 operating system. It's the same Safari engine that runs on the iPhone, so you get a very full-featured HTML web browser for the price of a MediaNet plan for the customer. So let's walk through a couple of the features of this browser. Number one, you can see I have a cursor here on the screen, so I can point and click on links. So that's one cool feature. I can press and hold my center selection key right here, and I get a little taskbar that comes up, shows me recent websites that I've been to, and some other functions. I can quickly use the right soft touch key to hide that. I can hit the number 8 key right here to automatically zoom out on the page and move around to where I want to go. Or I can simply press and hold one of the arrow keys, one of the directional keys, to zoom out in the corner there. That's called mini mapping. One of my personal favorite features of the Safari web browser is the page history. Simply by touching the right soft key, which is notated as back, instead of loading the last page I was on, it'll show me screenshots of all the web pages I've been to on my current web browsing session. So let's go back about 3 or 4 pages ago to YouTube. I've just selected on that, and the page is currently loading. And there it is. So as you can see, you have a very full-featured web browser on the Nokia 6650, and again, it's just for the price of a MediaNet plan. This is a perfect opportunity to sell the new unlimited MediaNet plan bundled with a GPS package for $20 a month, because of course it does have the dedicated GPS key here, and you have the latest version of at&t Navigator built in. So let's go ahead and utilize the Task Manager again. I'm going to press and hold my Applications menu, and I'm going to jump over to my music player now. So here I am in my music player. Let's bring up a song. I have my artist, my song info, and my album art loaded up on the screen. Of course, I can skip through my tracks here. And one of my favorite things to do is select Options, Visualization, Album Art. So it'll blow my album art to be a full screen. And as I skip through my tracks, it'll go ahead and change my album art for me at the same time. So now that we've seen a lot from the internal display, let's look at the external user interface on the 6650. As you can see, it continues to play my music here on the external UI. I can continue to control my music using the touch-sensitive keys. There's 3 of them here, and those will be set to the same color that I set my keypad light to. So let me go ahead and pause that music, and I'll back out of the music player and finally hide that. Now you'll see again that same applications icon that we saw right here inside of the keypad. So I'm going to go ahead and touch my key there to access my external UI, and a little note will come up telling me to use my volume key right here on the side to scroll through my different applications. So other than the music player, you can access your calendar, stopwatch, here's my camera. There's a bunch of different applications I can get to. I'm going to go ahead and open up my camera, and there it is. 2 megapixel, 4x zoom, and you got a flash built in. So all in all, not a bad camera built into the 6650. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of there. So let's go ahead and open it back up, and I'm going to show you 1 or 2 other cool features built into the phone before we wrap up. One of the cool things about the Symbian S60 platform is that when you receive a call, it'll read the caller's name to you out loud. So right now I'm calling myself, and let's hear what it says. So it just read the phone book entry to me. Now I can hit silence, send message, and it'll send this predetermined message to that caller. Bam, there it is. I sent the message. It says, sorry, I'll call later. The person is still calling me. They haven't even got through to my voicemail yet. So there it is. Let's go ahead and bring up, here's the device that was just calling me, and as you can see, the text message is already there. Sorry, I'll call later. So pretty cool feature there. Last but not least, I just want to talk quickly about the battery. The battery built into the 6650 is the Nokia BP4L. It's a 1500 milliamp battery, and as you can see, it takes up the entire back length of the phone. So you get a great battery life as a 3G phone, and it's good for about 4 hours of 3G talk time. So there you have it. There's the 6650 tutorial. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something new. Enjoy the 6650.